Samtastic, back with some more Guild Wars 2, and today we are in Grothmar Valley taking a look at the jumping puzzle, Khan-Ur Gauntlet, and we are specifically going to be looking at completing it within the time limit of 4 minutes. In order to do that, there are a couple of shortcuts that I have discovered that I think make it a lot easier, where taking the intended route is an incredibly tight timer. And so firstly, the entrance to it is this little cave right here. There's usually a pepper that you can use on your mini-map to sort of spot the location, but I've already farmed that one today. And then you progress on through to get to the entrance to the Vault of Khan-Ur, and then just to the left here is the entrance to the jumping puzzle. And so in order to enter the jumping puzzle, you're going to grab this torch and press F to pay respects, and it will take away the spider webs that are blocking the pathway. And so I'm just going to go over firstly a couple of tricky spots and how to get through them, as well as the shortcuts that we're going to be using. And so firstly, instead of following this intended path, you can just jump right onto that right there. I do normally use a passive speed boost on this character, which can make jumping puzzles, for me, a lot easier, but it is not required for any of these jumps that we're going to be doing, and so we won't be doing them with that speed boost. So the way to get through this puzzle is after that first one, there is 1, 2 up here, and then 3 right at the very end of the puzzle, braziers that you have to light in order to open the chest at the end. And so normally, if you're just doing this casually, if you fall in the water, or if there are these frogs here that blow wind, if you get blown on, then it puts your torch out and you have to come back, grab another torch, and relight it in order to continue on and complete the puzzle. So I just want to go over a few tips with you, and then we will go through the full process of completion. When you're walking along trees, it's really difficult to tell where the collision is, where the hitboxes are, and it's easy to, it looks like you could just walk up that, but you can't. And so if you are not paying attention, or you catch just an unlucky spot, it can just dump you right in the water. So my recommended method, just for the most part on trees, and you should have enough time to do this for all the tree sections, is to sort of bunny hop, where you jump and you only move when you're in the air, because like that right there, if you try to walk up it, will possibly just push you off into the water, just like that. And so that's not something that you want to do. On this mushroom section here, this sort of screws with your camera when you're going from this first mushroom, or the second mushroom to the third one right here, but just trust yourself. It's an easy jump. The one that's a little bit trickier is this one right here. To get up to this guy, I recommend kind of aiming on the right side of it, and that way you have sort of a better chance at it. But it's my least favorite jump out of this whole puzzle, is trying to make that section right there. So you really want to get like right on the top of that nodule right there, and just sort of jump up right into that location. And it should be okay, but I recommend practicing that one to make sure you've got it before you go for the time limit. And then from here you progress on down over to this tree, and this tree has one spot that will two spots that will throw your butt in the water if you're not paying attention. So if you try to walk up that, it will throw you right in. So if you push straight up this way right here and jump, do that sort of bunny hop, then there are a couple of bits where it will catch you and not throw you in the water. And so that's sort of the safe way to do that. When you're doing this sort of jumping, I like to treat it almost like a 2D platformer and use the strafe keys. So point the camera at the wall and use the strafe keys in order to move yourself onto the little posts. And then this is the other section where if you try to run up this, or even if you jump up and catch right there, if you try to walk, it is likely to dump you all the way down in the water, and then in order to continue, you'll have to go all the way back to here, or if you're going for the time limit, you will definitely need to leave the puzzle entirely and come back in. On these guys, just point your camera straight down so you can make sure you fall where you're supposed to, and you can jump straight to this right here, and then you are done with the hardest, longest section of the puzzle. So then you get to light that guy. Now the intended route here is to come across and go over where this person's going, walk up the stairs, up where the vista is, and go across there. So you can see that. That's the intended route. It takes too long. There's too much room for error. So the method that I prefer is to come over here, sort of jump around this bend, jump onto the dirt, and you can get your toes a little bit wet there and it's fine. And then we jump all the way across and we're on the shore. This final section has another pretty significant skip that will save you a ton of time. So the intended method here is to go up onto this tree, follow this branch up here, over around to this rock where there's that chest, and then you jump across these ledges, get onto this branch, and jump down to the final brazier and the chest. But we don't want to do that. We want to do the easier, faster way. And so when you get up to the forked branch right there, you want to just follow this guy out to its little tippy tip and jump right there, and you'll just be able to make it. So before lighting that final brazier and opening the chest, if you are going for the time achievement, you have to open the chest to get the achievement. And so if your character has already completed the puzzle for the day, you're going to need to get on a different character. So I recommend pulling out your phone and starting a stopwatch to make sure that you actually get to this point within the 4 minutes. So from lighting the first brazier, start your stopwatch, come all the way here, and then see if you're within the time, and if you are, then you'll be good to go. So in order to reset the puzzle and reset the timer as well, all you need to do is just walk out of here and you get the message that the braziers are dimming as you leave the area, and that's how you know the puzzle has been reset. And so I'll go ahead and get my stopwatch ready, grab the torch, light this brazier, start my stopwatch, and we will progress through. So jump across there. And down to the first brazier. We are at 20 seconds, making good time. So usually you can kind of get a pretty good timing on that because the second frog wears off just enough time to make the jumps across. Do your little bunny hopping up. Oop. Oh no. Reset. Reset. No, no need. This isn't the place that you most need to be careful. That is upcoming. Oh, look at that. Alright, so screwing up. We get to see how tight this timer really is. It's not too bad, actually, if you use these skips. So don't stress out too much about it if you make a couple little minor mistakes. Wait for your health to start going back up so that you get your movement speed back. We're going to wait on this frog. Otherwise he would ruin everything. And hop your way up that. Get up these guys. We are across the rope. Don't slip. And once again, done with the hardest section. Light the brazier. Do not forget that. It will ruin everything. Ooh, that was close. Then jump around that, jump onto the land, jump across, get onto that platform. And I suppose aside from just being able to make jumps more easily, having the speed boost will get you there significantly faster. And so here we are rolling into the last section at 2 minutes and 40 seconds. And so you have plenty of time. Whoop. Get to the very tippy tip. Jump across. You're lighting the brazier at 3 minutes and 2 seconds. And the chest at 3:05. And that'll do you. You got the achievement. So I hope that helps. And you will see me. I was going for a salute. You will see me later. Why do you point that way? It's looking at the... You're saluting the brazier? Oh, silly lady. All right. Anyway, that's all.